Yes. So, green team for this game going to be shiny here on North for this first game of the best of 3 series. And they are going to be running a Okay, I'm assuming Panso is Sando. Anyway, Vermont, Kremlin, Des Moines, Moscow, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, Girin, Kleber, and Haragumo.
Shaft are bringing in Montana, Kremlin, Des Moines, Salem, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, Girin, Marceau, Ragnar. It's important that we don't have St. Vincent's because St. Vincent and Napoli are banned, by the way.
Thank you for that useful insight, because I am too stupid to go check that kind of useful information. Alright, I'm going to have a quick flick through some builds, see if there's anything particularly spicy, just see if I can give you a brief rundown of what everyone wants to run. Ragnar with EFT and Swirsky, Marceau with RPF and EFT, no fearless, Gearing with leg mod, both goal upgrades, improved Vetchkin survivability expert. Des Moines going to be running prop mod with survivability expert, improved Vetchkin as well. I think that's probably okay. Montana running on a tank build with the what's that skill called? The big yellow one. Like, sorry, the one with the heal. You know the one that increases. Shut up. You know the one that increases the rate that you heal at. You know that one. When you get more potential damage, you heal faster. He's running that weird one. You know the one I mean? Shut up. The yellow one. The big yellow one. I hate you.
Insightful.
Me, Kenzo. Me fucking dented. Deal with it. Are you going to tell me what the skill's called or not? Haragumo leg mod.
I know what you're on about, but I haven't a clue which one it is.
Alright, the big yellow one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the big yellow one.
Swift and Silence 10-line gaming for the Kremlin. Running, I think that's Znamensky with all those upgraded skills? I'm sure. Des Moines, going to be running leg mod. Again, no heavy AP. I think I'm just decided, screw that. Vermont, going to be running, relatively standard Vermont build with Brisk. Brisk Vermont.
Moscow of Alchemita, by the way, come in under a lot of fire after an early spot from Ragnar in Taro.
I might have missed that. Alright, anyway. So, you're not going to tell me what the big yellow one's called? Yes.
We don't know the name of it, we just know which one it is.
It's the big yellow one. Initial deployments. Over at the A cap, Gearing, Nevsky, Vermont. B cap, Moscow, the green team. Ragnar with a position there. He might have spots on him. Petropavlovsk to this sea island. Very risky spot, but kind of useful at the same time. Kleber running down the 10 line to get their early spots. And then Des Moines, Kremlin, Haragumo ready for a standard 9-10 line push.
And on the red team, we have a Marceau over A, followed by Girin, Nevsky, and Montana, which is going to float between the two. We have Ragnar and B at Des Moines, positioned just behind to give that Ragnar some support. Petropavlovsk got the island south of C, not on the side that I expected to see it go. And we do have a Salem Kremlin going the long way around to the 10 line.
Yeah, a couple of radars came out, one from the Moscow, one from the Petropavlovsk. We'll be spotting each other very briefly. It's Russian, and the Petro is going to be looking for the broadside on that. That Moscow is, not at his island yet, and he seems to just be reversing away from it. Now he's going.
Yeah, so he's been to the island, but he's reversing to get shots on the Ragnar.
Not sure if that's worth it, Chief. Lost quite a lot of health for that, for very little return. And Tara's just going to park up behind this rock, disengage,
reverse back into it, yeah. No one else had shots for. Well, there was another set of shots came out from the Nevsky, but they weren't going to dip over the island and touch the Ragnar. So Ragnar now knows it can take that cap. I think we'll see the Petro radar from C maybe, but it won't last long enough to do anything.
I don't know if Zill knows that the Nevsky's radar. I think now he knows the Nevsky's radar. So he's going to be able to relay that information to his team that you can probably push up quite heavily. Smoke screens came out for both Gear and Nevsky. He's not much going to be happening over there for a while. Maybe some torpedoes and some smoke screens. I'd say I'd
so
keep an
it's
eye
interesting
out,
to say, but that green Gearing is taking a slow stroll across the path of the red torps.
Yeah, but that'll be a while yet. We've got time.
Indeed.
Alright, 10-line gaming, not much happening.
Shots out for the Kremlin.
Yeah, Vert'll be fine, right? He's only flat broadside in Kremlin. Completely invincible, see? 4 long-range dispersion, nothing happened. Alright, back over to those torpedoes you were warning us about earlier. Let's see if anything dangerous happens. Not quite. Nevsky is going to be hydering. Max Bricks, he does have a salvo coming in with broadside from that Montana. That could have done a lot more damage, actually. Marceau of Zill going to be opening up from there as well. And he's going to be forced to dive in between all of these torpedoes. He's also going to be caught bowing and spotted while he's burning by this Gearing.
Yeah, I imagine the dive into the smoke, but that smoke's already starting to go down. I'm not Sure, that's a good place to be anymore.
Yeah, this is now some Bowin Nevsky gaming. This is not what you want to be on your Nevsky, ever. Bowin is dangerous.
Montana
Montana?
shots. I
Alright,
was
that
about to
was...
say that Montana might wish it waited slightly longer, but I don't think it does anymore.
Yeah, you got about, well, a third of the total health pool there.
Yeah, it's interesting that so the Nevsky from Shafter radar in to catch it, but I don't think they needed to because the Nevsky's now in the open with no smoke.
Broadside.
The green Gearian waiting.
Oh!
Oh, I think he goes down.
I don't think there's any question about it.
Yeah.
There we go. Early
Yeah.
Nevsky catch. Got caught Bowin. Forced in between the tops. Do not get caught Bowin in your Nevskys. It's painful.
Yeah, that it is.
I don't think there's any chance for a return kill either. These torpedoes are going way wide, and now we just have this, professional 10-line gamer stuck here on the 2-line.
An interesting set of torps coming across here. Zil has just dumped 6 torps towards Alchemita's Moskva. They are on the absolute edge of their range. But if Alchemita turns into that cap, he's brings himself into those torps and into their range. So
Well, I don't think he's going to be diving for that anytime soon.
no, I can't imagine they would have needed to put some pressure on the Moskva at the same time as those torps were coming across to cause it to go forward.
Kremlin going to be diving in. He's pushed his way down the 9-10 line. He's now got the opportunity to get into the cap. He's going to now be trying to cap C from behind this island. We've got some Hydra on Hydra action with the 2 Petropals spotting each other. Depends if the Kremlin wants to come all the way out in front here. He might be able to go for the shots in the Des Moines that's currently trying to farm him. He might just decide, you know what, I'm going to walk at that Petropavlos because there's no crossfire available because Vert and Salem are both like completely shock blocked by these 2 giant islands. So he should be,
Yeah.
if he wants to go for a walk, he can go for a walk. But he might just want to sit in the cap instead.
Interesting, Salem is trying to land shots in the Des Moines by the looks of it, but just blind fire is not working out there.
And Taro and the Ragnar decides he wants to join in as well. It's like, all right, he's obviously going to be trying to kill the Petropavlos. Got to come out for some free damage. Maybe start with scrambling down.
Zil's driving through B in a very Moskvally direction.
Yeah, he's not going for a rush. I think he's just going to be like assert his dominance. Okay, so Moskva is turning his guns.
Saying?
All right, you're going for it. Okay, Moskva Salvo comes out. Zil holds his Damacon, is on fire, holds his Damacon.
He only has one side of torps available. It is the side that the Moskva is on, I believe.
What's stopping him having torps ready? Marceau reloads really quickly.
Marceau's the slow reloading one. It's 2 minutes. Huge hits from Montana onto the Moskva. Yeah, there's the side that is ready. That gonna be worth it?
Debatable? No, definitely not worth it. Definitely not worth it.
Yeah, firing those torps earlier just cost him because he had no torps on. He only had torps on one side, but the Kremlin and C is suffering.
Okay, I say not worth it.
Petro.
I say not worth it, right? When I say this, I'm completely wrong. It is worth it because that Moskva is still going to go down. You got all this, and that's full control over 2 caps just for that 1 kill.
Yeah, and they have just killed the Kremlin in C cap.
Well, they didn't actually get the Moskva kill. If they do get the Moskva kill, then it's worth it.
Yeah, well, it is spotted, and there's a Montana there.
Well, Montana Salvo comes out.
No.
Nope. Denied.
Okay, yeah, just...
Alright, well, things that I wasn't expecting to see. Okay, well, that's still an alive Moskva. He's stuck in the Des Moines radar for a while. I don't know how much longer he's going to be alive for.
Nevsky. I think this is the one word I need to say there.
Neat. Alright, more Montana Salvos in and about. This Moskva should eventually be going down. I'm not going to keep too much of an eye on it. I'm going to go, look over here, see what's happening on the 9-10 line. We got some Kremlin versus Haraguma Des Moines positioning. Honestly, look, this game, I don't see... Okay. This is very, very firmly in control for Shaft right now. Look at the map control. You have all of this map control, and your ships
Shiny
are committed
are
here.
putting their petrol out wide? You don't need to be putting more ships out wide. You need to be putting...
I think the plan is you need to get the Pavlovsk here to take down this Kremlin ASAP, but I don't know how fast. It's not exactly going to be a quick experience.
But the Salem knows it's coming, right? And that petrol's going to rock around the corner.
Haru took a couple of clips there, by the way.
Yeah, the Salem had a good go at it, and putting the petrol here doesn't solve anything.
Kremlin.
No, putting the petrol
Well,
out there doesn't solve this problem because Vert's just going to drive away now and be like, yeah, okay, that's nice.
well,
Just
you have
build
to get
another one
full
of your ships
broadside
out
of the
wide.
Kremlin on the way past, and that's going to, like, hurt a lot.
What Kremlin?
Petron Kremlin?
The green Kremlin died 3 minutes ago.
I'm on about this red Kremlin. What are you talking about?
Who's the petrol giving broadside? Like, who's giving that Kremlin broadside?
The Kremlin gave broadside to the Petro, Jirak. Come on. You're smarter than this. Come on.
Say
Anyway,
words, because
I did say words. You didn't listen.
Because the Kremlin doesn't care about that. He turns around and he just leaves, and he's dragged a petrol out there to do nothing. Like, that petrol play is the wrong move every single day of the week.
Well, it's freed up the Des Moines to retreat now, but can you maneuver it? What are you expecting to do? Were you expecting the Petro to come charging forth in between this crossfire of Des Moines, Salem, Kremlin? He didn't have much choice. He had to go out that way to start trying to do something. Right,
But
so
while
anyway.
you send it out there to do that, you've conceded the rest of the map. Like,
Vermont's held on to the
there's
Des
little they can
Moines.
do. There is, yeah, that
Ooh, that stings. That could have been another shell there as well. That was nearly another sit.
Flo having a moment there. Haragumo spotted and being shot at. There's less than a minute until yes.
So about that Kremlin, you know that Kremlin that you were like saying that it's invincible and won't die. I mean, you're right. It's not going to die, but it was damn close. It was down to 9,000 HP.
Yeah, but like, even if they'd gotten that kill, there'd only be what, a minute left of the match.
Yeah,
Bear is rushing to Montana here. This is their moment. Yeah. There's the other side of Torps.
Yep. Is he gonna survive? No, there's no way he survives. There's shells coming in, from this side. You got gearing shells, Radevsky shells, everything. Radar comes out.
Yeah.
There's also a a Salem versus Petropavlovsk drive-by happening back here as well.
Salem's gonna go for the ram here.
LeBlanc.
Maybe?
LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Back over here. Is this Galabad gonna survive? This is like Gearing and Nevsky all raining down upon him. He's capping at the same time as this is happening. He's going full. I mean, he stole the game. He's got 2 minutes back on the clock.
Yeah, they do, but Flo's about to rock around that corner and kill the Kleber. I think that's safe to say.
Well,
if it survives long enough. Or he's seen a Gearing instead that he would like to shoot at. No, he wants Eternal's Kleber.
Does he have time to swing his guns around?
Yes, it would look like.
800.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, he might make it. He didn't.
Secondary, yeah, and that's 10 seconds left.
Yeah, no, there's still time for a comeback, Jirak. You just have to believe. You just have to believe.
Vert has gone on holiday to J10. that seems to be Vert's thing. Just, I'm going to go on an adventure.
He went to the rhubarb corner. Anyway, yes, that game is going to be 1-0 in favor of Shaft. What the hell even happened to this game? And Nevsky got caught bowing and it all collapsed from there. That's pretty much what happened.
Nevsky gets caught and then Shaft just had complete control. Yeah. Absolute. Yeah, there's no other way to describe that. It's such a solid control of that match.
Yeah, there wasn't really much left to it. I have nothing else to say on the matter. Like it just collapsed like a house of cards. Like, so the Nevsky getting caught bow in meant that they could then rotate everything on A over at B. The Moscow was the next one to fall on the line. Meanwhile, over at the 10 line, some stuff happened. Like their push into the Kremlin got sold out.
The Shaft rush on the Moscow was kind of questionable because of how long it took to finish up, and they took
Which one?
for it, but the Shaft rushing the Moskva with a Marceau that only had 2 sets of tops ready.
Okay. Also, there was the other rush with the Kleber on the side of the Montana, which also looked kind of stuff. And then there was that, like, the Salem Petro thing that happened on the 10 line. It's working.
Yeah, and do you know what the worst thing is about that? They would nearly kill the Salem before the ram happened. Des Moines was scoring citadels, and the Salem was like, nope, I'm going forward now, bye. And that was like, I don't imagine the ram was the plan.
No.
Or certainly not the plan for Shiny.
Well, I saw a big jump in the HP, so I think you got like a couple of citadels and then just didn't get the rest.
Yeah, the Salem took a big chunk of damage and just decided I'm not reversing is bad. I'm just gonna go and get the ramp and be done.
Mm-hmm.
Match be done. And we are moving on to Tears of the Cruiser.
Yeah.
Where we certainly seen some tears earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly ours.
I think errors were confused.
Why am I still here, Tears? Yes.
Yeah.
That's when we saw the mosque with the Kremlin and his. Yeah. 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 That's when the Marceau rushed around the corner into everything and then no longer was the. Yes. Just,
yes.
You know what? I'm going to put the
then
video on.
was made to be very sad.
Yeah. We're going to put the video on now and then you're going to be like, oh, this is a really cool video. And then we're going to come back.
Off the North African coast, an arid expanse of the Mediterranean Sea plays host to opposing forces as they battle it out for control of the seas. Amongst these sun-blasted islands, where enemy fire isn't the only bad way to die, only one team will triumph. This is Tears of the Desert. Tears of the Desert is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 capture points running in a line from northwest to southeast. The A cap is in the top left, B is in the center, and C is in the bottom right. Capture Area A has enough island cover nearby for teams to sneak in a radar cruiser and cover the capture zone. In center, Cap B has superb island cover near the center that allows destroyers to contest the area from behind shelter. Capture Point C is similar to Capture Point A. There is enough cover for nearby cruisers who want to defend it, but very little cover in the cap itself. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Tears of the Desert.
Right, so Jurek, are you ready for some Tears of the Desert?
I am ready to see some very sad cruisers exploding on a very open map.
This implies that they play cruisers. You might just bring like 7 DDs. Never know.
Yang Gaming.
Delny Gaming. Delny time. Kaba.
No. You bring Yuyangs on the entire presumption that the enemy also won't bring. They won't also bring 7 DDs.
Get me out.
Torps might be relevant.
Get me out. 7 Elbings.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, I want to see 7.
I'm
7
absolutely down for that.
That or the 7 Druid Death Squad. The 7 Druid Death Squad.
Imagine the Nevsky that's like, I'm just gonna go sail across here. 7 Elbings are just like, mine?
I don't think he's gonna think I'm just gonna sail across here because he's gonna be in a constant state of terrifiedness because there's the potential of 7 Elbings. I mean, you're gonna get completely zoned out with every part of the map, but think of the crossfires.
The crossfires, the really slow, unpredictable. Like, where are those torps going to come from? Because I expected them 2 minutes ago. Oh, wait, they're in my face. Oh, no.
Tell you what. How about we'll make a new ship, right? And we put Elbing guns on a Kleber.
Yes, and I will be back in a second.
I want that. Where are you going? You're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to answer your door with your food and that. Can't leave me here. Don't leave me here. Don't leave me in here alone. He's left me here alone, chat. He doesn't love me. He's ran away. He's ran away. Him and the pizza man gone forever. It's one of those things. Caster meets food. Caster meets pizza man. Caster leaves. Caster leaves his old co-caster and just fucks him up the void. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. All right. Anyway, where the fuck are we at? Everybody's readying up. I might have to do Jirak's team lineup for him. Yeah, it looks like I might have to do Jirak's team lineup for him because everybody is apparently ready. They're all ready. There, wee laddie. But anyway, what the fuck accent is meant to be wee, eh? Just shut up, Denzel. Just shut up. Alright, can we, like... Yes. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey, there we go. Game number 2 of this Better 3 series. Currently with 1-0 in Shaft's favour is about to get underway. sort of, once it loads. We have this whole loading screen thing, where, like, you know, the ships, like, basically a loading screen happens, and then all the ships appear on the map. Unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong, like we get the world's longest loading screen. Holy shit, this is a long loading screen. There we go. Alright, so green team for this game will once again be Shaft, and they're going to be running Burgoyne, Kremlin, Marseille, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, Gearing, Daring, double Marceau. And the red team for Jurak, who isn't actually here, and who's going to be really
I am indeed here.
Okay. Do your red team.
Red team are bringing Vermont, Incomparable, Nevsky, Petro, Stalingrad, Gearing, Kleber, double Ragnar.
So, Marseille Gaming?
Yes.
Understandable. Let's go look at the builds while you unpack your food that you clearly just ran to the door to get. Oh, look at these bright, horrible camos that only one person is running. Alright, so yeah, Marceau Aventaro is going to be like, you know, RPF, AFT. We got some daring action with RPF and, you know, we got more Marceau, RPF, no AFT action. No, I'm looking at the wrong ship. I was looking at the gearing. Never mind. Gearing and leg mod. No, like, two ships drift past each other and it just switches builds and you're just like halfway through looking at it, you know what I mean? You're looking at the wrong, like, part of it. Marseille going relatively standard, nothing too spicy. Nobody wants to run heavy AP. Once again, we see a Burgoyne running, you know, the big yellow one. The big yellow one. He's running the big yellow one, Jurak. And then we have a brisk
the big yellow.
Yeah, the big yellow. We got the big yellow. You like the big yellow? We like the big yellow. Alright. Over to the red team. We got some more big yellows. We got some Ovechkin gearing. Ovechkin gearing with legendary module. He's not running the coal speed module, but he is running the smoke module. We got some Nevsky with rotation mod. Ovechkin as well. We got some Vermont gaming with, you know, relatively tanky one, no rudder shift. We've got Petropavlovsk and some other stuff. We got the rudder mod incomparable because you got the built-in acceleration mod. You also got brisk on it. Yep. Stalingrad, no RPF because who the hell would run RPF on a Stalingrad? We're not going back to that qualifier. And double Ragnar, looks like they're using the same build. They have actually discussed their build. They want to run the exact same build. They're both running square. They have decided on a build together. Alright, initial deployments. Green team sending over the A-cap, Marceau, Nevsky, Gearing, Burgoyne, Marseille, B-cap, Gearing, Petropavlovsk, C-cap, just the Marceau and the Kremlin.
Red team sending the Kleber, Gearing, and Nevsky over to A-cap. Vermont's going to float between A and B. Stalingrad, double Ragnar, Petro, and Incomparable all going C-cap.
That should just roll over that relatively quickly. And there's not really going to be much torpedo threat. Like, it is going to be a single Marceau. You can pretty solidly push into that double Ragnar. You do have to worry about maybe one set of toes, but after that, you just zone it out forever. And you just push, and then you get on top of the Kremlin avert. And it's a whole thing. Now, what are they doing with this Petro? Are they going for the B-cap island? I think they might be going for the B island. And there's nothing really going to stop them getting there that I can see. Nobody really has a position to crush them. I mean, Incom doesn't have the range for it, especially not at that kind of range. Vermont, not really in a position to die either, unless Vermont wants to, like, run through the middle, but I don't think he wants to do that in front of, you know, Daring, etc. That should be, like, a Daring. So once the Petro gets there, he's going to be able to hold a nice little position where he can stop anybody pushing up to the A island, where they are trying to race their Burgoyne and Marseille. Wait, where's the Marseille gone? I've lost Marseille.
Burgoyne. They're the same ship now.
Oh, yeah. I looked at it, and I'm like, oh, they're both up here. Okay, cool. Right, that makes more sense. They have merged into one. Two become one. So it's like, how the fuck did I lose a Marseille? Alright. Anything particularly spicy happening that you can see?
Two Ragnars are just driving straight into sea. They've taken sea already. They're driving innocently past Marceau Torps. I think Zil maybe has enough of an idea that he's just like, no, I'm not going into that corner.
Yeah, not interested.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did Shaft... We watched a Shaft match yesterday on this map where they all drove into the corner and died horribly, did not?
Was that Shaft that died horribly in the corner? Somebody died horribly in the corner.
Yeah,
I can't remember who.
I seem to remember it being a horrible event anyway, a horrible series of events in the corner, and it looks like they've gone the opposite way and like, no, we're not interested in that corner anymore.
Well, so B-cap Petro position, pretty good position. And then they're committing heavily over at this side. They're going to get the Burgoyne and the Marseille into the corner with that, increased speed. Some opening volleys coming out between the Kleber and Marceau right now. Some trading back and forth. Got Nevsky salvos coming in. All focused on kill monster 1, 2, 3. We've got some radar coming out. Not really spotting anything for the red Nevsky. Managed to dodge a little easily at least.
So the interesting thing is the red team are delaying themselves at sea by going in an adventure around the bottom looking for this DD that they are convinced is here because they've seen its torps go past. But Zill's not there anymore.
Well, this
and
is the
Vert's
thing.
turned around and left.
Neither of these two are running RPF, and they also have no RPF on Incom. They have no RPF. Like, Battleship, you don't run RPF. Petro doesn't have RPF either. So they're not entirely sure where this Marceau is, and they don't want to fight it 1v1. They want to, minimize the health risk, so they want to send both Ragnars at the same time and get the double jump. Meanwhile, Gearing looks like he might have just got absolutely giga chunked, and he might almost be dead.
Yeah, I see that.
He's alive.
He's
regretting
alive.
his life choices, but he's alive. Looks like he sailed into the already active Nevsky radar and just, got punished for it.
Yeah, now, it's interesting that his torps might be dangerous towards the DDs that are currently charging across if they continue to straight line. More thinking of the red gearing there.
Yeah, there's definitely potential for taking torpedoes if he's not too careful.
Yeah, the red. So in the sea cap, they finally realized there's nothing here. We need to get a move on.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any ships that you're going to be getting a move on quickly, it's Ragnar's not exactly the first one that comes to mind. Ragnar very sluggish unless you run that engine boost. You don't want to be burning that engine boost unless you're dodging and farming.
Yeah, and there is one ship over there though that I do think of when I think of speed, and it does have its speed boost on. It is going.
Yes, Incom with Jeremy Clarkson inside of it going, more power!
Yeah, I think they've realized once they spotted Vert's Kremlin at B cap, they realized there's actually just nothing there. But what they don't know, and Zill's not RPF'd. He's just gone off to the border. They know what's going to be coming up from there. They know they haven't. There's 4 ships they haven't yet seen, or 5 ships they haven't yet seen, but they probably know the gearing's over at A thanks to smoke screens and such.
They know from Vert's position that the Ragnars aren't spotting him. Now they know that he's spotted, but that's because he's opened up on the Mont.
Yeah, but there's 4 ships they haven't accounted for, really, and that's the 2 Ragnars that are now firing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those that we can work out what is where by just what we haven't seen yet. They've seen a smoke screen. They knew the gearing was up there.
Marseille are going to pushing. Hard pushing in the open.
Yeah, and I would is the goal here to just put as much HE into the Vermont as possible and make it sad.
Look how many ships are farming it. You've got Borg, Marseille, Marceau, Gearing, Nevsky, Daring, Petro, Kremlin. Kremlin's not interested in them. Kremlin's focused on the 2 Ragnars, but still, that's giga farming. This is what you call giga farming. All of these shells landing upon this one. And guess what? He's not getting away. He doesn't have the speed. He is a slow boy. A slow, thick boy. If they want to run him down, they can. He's popped his Damacon. He's popped his heal. He's on, 20,000 HP. Those are going to expire in 10 seconds. And that point, he's going to be in a world of hurt. I mean, those torpedoes over here.
There's a permafire already.
Yeah, look. Meanwhile, look at Finxo and his Marseille.
Yeah.
Oh, Finks, is that going to hurt? Finks? Finks is on a triple fire himself. He's not interested in playing the rest of this game.
Yeah,
back over the Vermont.
But Vermont has 25 seconds until I heal, 8,000 health, and the 1.9, yeah, gone.
8,000 health, what was that? Didn't finish.
No, didn't even get to finish that. Brazil has said, I'm over here, by the way, and has decided he's going to do Ragnar's for a walk. A10. Where have we seen Shaft do this before?
I'm pretty sure it was Zill that time as well, wasn't it? It was Vert. It was Vert in the Vincent, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think every time we've seen Shaft play a match now, we have seen them taking the enemy team on a walk to a corner of the map where
Walkies!
Yeah, there seems to be a pattern there, a habit maybe.
All right, so Finks now, got rid of all of those fires. They're going to be flinging HE back at that smoke screen, but
it's all aimed at the Colbert, which is spotted there.
Finks needs to sit back and heal for a little bit. You can't be the focus. Speaking of focus, Vert is now going to be the focus of everybody's eye. He's kind of broadside to that Stalingrad. He's going to be throwing shells in. 2 Ragnar's going to be opening up as well. Takes a
How
fire,
much
pops his
danger
damage on.
are those red torps coming across towards the Bourgogne Marseille?
I
I
think
think
we
they're
get past
too
it quite
slow.
easily.
Yeah.
It's Begard and Marseille, the speedy boys. Speedy boys.
Yeah, as long as they actually like keep pressing W and don't turn into each other like they're current. Oh no.
But the problem is, when they do that, how enveloped are they going to be? Like, that's a lot of ships in one map square. They're getting compressed. So the call might be, you need to, like, go do something. And with the Burgoyne ramming into the back of Finks, that might have just sealed the fate of, the Burgoyne here. That looks like there's a couple of torpedoes that might be about to land. Just two.
At
Just
least.
two.
Yeah, just the two.
Well, actually, just one.
Maybe just the one.
Yeah, just the one is alright, okay. And the Daring Corps are not the strongest in the world. Alright, back over to this couple Ragnar. They appear to have also made a bit of a... yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
More ramming into each other.
Drops, by the way. There is about to be a Clevera Marceau violence in ACAP.
Two Ragnars nearly going down together. Like, they've rammed into each other repeatedly. The shell's landing. Yeah, and
One of them's going to go down anyway?
Yeah, and Taro's going to burn out. Oh, no, he's not going to burn out.
Not even. Just
blind fire lands.
Yeah.
It's either blind fire or, like, the world's slowest shells from the Marceau.
Taro driving straight at the Clebert of Killmonster in A now.
Yeah.
Vert has managed to migrate from C cap to A cap.
The Great Migration. Alright, Clever on Marceau action. Clever's favourite in this trade, especially when the Marceau's bow in. I'm not sure how he ended up getting the return spot on the Marceau. But once this reload booster ends in a couple of seconds here, then the trading goes firmly into the hands of Antaro, and the Clever's just going to have to run for it. Yeah, now, reload booster's down. Clever is now at a massive disadvantage in this fight. And he has the better ballistics.
Antaro hasn't been landing the shots, yeah. He's been quite, but if Vert has his aim in here, that could be dangerous. I don't think he does.
It's a Clever. It's not about not having good aim. It's more about...
Yeah, you need to just sort of...
just hide the shells in the general direction and
yeah.
just hope that the enemy DD dodges into your shells. Like,
yeah, the other Ragnar has decided that it wants to be seen again.
I mean, sure, why not? Let's go. What's gonna what could possibly go wrong?
We do have a Daring that is an AP enjoyer. We've been waiting all tournament for this.
Darings that know how to use the AP? That's cheating. Can't do that. He's not using heavy AP though, so he doesn't get full.
Yeah, but he does decide, you know what, I'm going to eat all these gearing torps for my teammate. It's a good thing friendly fire is not a thing anymore.
Is it though? I would like friendly fire to be a thing. It would make tournaments just that little bit spicier sometimes.
It would make them spicier.
Incom running the magical button that gets rid of enemy torpedoes, apparently.
Yes. Shots out from the Incomparable into the Nevsky of amazing. Not quite landing them.
Yes. So,
the Clebert brought friends.
He did. Nevsky gear and smoke combination going to be raining down upon the Marceau of Antaro. And also, we have this surround going on. They've managed to backcap and they've taken AC and they have a complete surround. But look, they're also blocking the points.
They have stepped on the cap. Yeah.
982 points.
Bourgogne goes down.
Yes, that was... Okay, Marceau goes down as well. Don't know where either of those were.
Well, the Bourgogne was in B cap, but the Incomparable just punched straight through its face. Just not a care in the world.
Okay.
And the Marceau was inevitable up at A cap. I think the Incomparable goes down here.
Considering
he is mid-heal, but yeah. It's just all AP. It's Marceau AP, Daring AP. It's like, no, stop healing.
Nevsky HE, Petro AP. He gets a shot off of the Petro. Is he going to plant the Petro through the bow through magic?
No, unfortunately not. The super heal showing its worth though. That shot should never have happened.
Hanso going down. Does dump his torpedoes. Doesn't actually clip the island. Maybe something will sail into them in a minute. Okay, restocking the situation. Red team currently in the lead. 3-2 up on kills, but all the point advantage is from them and the Caps. They have nothing to run around this corner and deal with the Stalingrad, who's the one blocking all these points. They start opening up with a Daring, but they also have this this Petropavlos deal as well. Marseille thinks so completely surrounded in a crossfire of Nevsky gearing, Clever, Petro, Stalingrad, so he's just stuck against this rock. He's going to probably drop as well. I don't think he wins this trade against Petro.
They were, what, 18 points from a win when that Stalingrad drove into that cap?
Yep, something like that.
And even if they kill the Stalingrad, the Petrol will just do that straight afterwards. That's like... yeah,
Marseille goes down. I mean,
Shaft needs to clear A out and get all the kills there now. And I don't see how they do that. I don't see how they achieve that.
There's still possibilities for things to happen here.
There is, but it is one of those things. They need to do it now. It needs to happen now. And the Kremlin shots just landing shy of the Nevsky of balance department.
Right, radars coming out across the board. Everything going to be getting lit up in the center. Gearing included. Kleber, not so much. Nevsky farming from other Nevsky. That might potentially end up in a kill, but back at the center, more radars going to light up. This is basically
Marceau
what
versus Ragnar going on at sea, but the Marceau's going to lose this trade. It looks like. Oh, not when it starts landing AP volleys though.
Zil versus Keep Subs out of Ran.
It's a trade?
Yep, gonna be a trade. Yes. 1 for 1. 822 to 886. All three caps are blocked.
Nevsky goes down.
Yes. Also, something else went down. The Kremlin went down. The Kremlin got killed by the Kleber. Somewhere. A thing happened. I don't know where. Right, so, points. Actually getting very even right now. 804, 876, 78. Yeah, well, maybe?
They need another kill. There's no other way about it. The B cap's blocked, C cap is ticking, and Shaft are behind on points. They need a kill. And preferably, it needs to be that Stalingrad that nobody can shoot.
I mean, they try to work down the Petropavlovsk. They can't get anything on that. I mean, they can potentially get the kill on the Kleber, but good luck finding it. Nevsky needs to do something. Nevsky needs to do something.
As long as the Kleber carries on at its current speed, it won't eat torps. It's important that it carries on at its current speed.
That Kleb has no speed boost left, no reload boosters left. Nevsky radar is going to be up in 60 seconds, which, you know, the Kleber's just skirting around the outside of that carefully. Gearing going to be deciding that he wants to be really, really cheeky.
Yeah, the Nevsky is driving into the Gearing torps as well. Amazing, Nevsky's in a lot of trouble here.
Oh yeah, he's in giga trouble once he realizes these torps are here, because now he's going to have to get full broadside to Stalingrad to dodge the Gearing torpedoes. And at the same time, though, there's a Daring coming out in front of it.
He does not dodge those at all.
Daring rush fails on the Stalingrad. 970 points on the board. Nevsky. Okay, Nevsky is now sees the Gearing that's been on him. Gearing on Gearing violence going to be opening up. Gearing does not have a smoke available. They might be able to trade this kill back. Petropavlovsk salvo comes at the back end of the Nevsky. Doesn't quite keep him down. Kleber overwater gunboating.
Nevsky is ignoring the Gearing?
He doesn't have the turret traverse for it. He's trying to swing his guns around, but he just, like, you know... Gearing... Actually, no. He's going for the Kleber shot. He's going for the Kleb. If he gets this... Oh,
no! There's still more shots. There's more shots.
Yeah, but he dies. He dies. Oh.
12 points from winning.
We got ourselves a game 3, boys.
Yeah, we got ourselves a game 3. That looked very solid for Shaft, and it just seemed to fall down the hill. I think Shaft just fell down the stairs. I don't really understand how that went that way so quickly.
Things happened. Things.
Yeah, they did.
So, which of those things, that thing and that thing that you think was a thing that they just got collapsed on. Basically, the point that that game started going to shit was when they ended up with the entirety of Shaft bunched up into one little ball.
Yeah, and there was one moment that Shaft will be kicking themselves for out of all of it. That was 982 points, or whatever it was. Maybe it's 18 points from winning. And the Kleber gets away on 1,000 health.
Yeah, that one kind of sucked. And then the Kleber, like, later on starts, like, opening auto gunboating. The Nevsky's like, I need to get him. Doesn't quite get him. Goes down to it. The Daring ran out to try and rush the Stalingrad. To protect it, to stop the Nevsky going down. That one was a bit unfortunate as well. Didn't get his tops off. I thought, yeah. Lots of things went wrong there.
They were seconds from it.
Yeah. Which means
Then
if
that
they got
Stalingrad is just like, no.
getting into a cap earlier on, maybe it was like, no, because there was a kite. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere they could have picked up more points faster. Maybe stepping on a cap a little bit earlier or something. I don't even know. There's probably plenty of ways they could have got those points, and it doesn't really matter. What's done is done, and it's going to be moving on to Game 3. Game 3 going to be taking place on everybody's favorite, the Thunderdome, or the Vega Dome, or whatever the hell you want to call it, Sleeping Giant. So I'll just flick you over to that map introduction screen, and you can all listen to the sultry tones of Mini Hannibal. Mini Hannibal.
A colossal battle between opposing fleets will soon unfold here amongst the waters of the East China Sea. The residents of these islands will shortly bear witness to the thunder and flash of combat, and only one team will sail away victorious. This is Sleeping Giant. Sleeping Giant is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the left, B is in the center, and C is on the right. Cap A on the left is fraught with danger. Previously located in the Thunderdome, the new cap location has an island on the left side that provides limited protection for both teams, while on the right side, the Thunderdome can provide cover for radar cruisers. Any team looking to take the cap will now have to gain control of both sets of islands in order to hold it. In the center, Capture Area B is just as perilous, as it is now smaller than it used to be. Completely open with plenty of places for radar cruisers to hide nearby without being spotted, it's commonly left uncaptured until the mid and late game. Cap C on the right may be the most treacherous. Originally centered on the set of 4 islands to the left of the cap, which provided some cover for a daring destroyer player, the now wide open cap will be challenging for even the most skilled of teams to contest and hold, unless they gain control of the island chain near the center or the Ocean of the Ten line. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Sleeping Giant.
Sleeping Giant. Once again, that was done by the wonderful Mini Hannibal. That was the guy in that video. So, Jirak. Game 3.
Yes.
Are you a Game
So
3
close to
enjoyer?
not having I am a Game 3 enjoyer, but we nearly never had one.
No, we didn't. We also nearly got to go get... I nearly got to, like, order pizza.
At this point, you may as well order it, because it will arrive at the end.
Honestly, I'll be sat there on the phone and I'll just be like, oh, what's your address? And I'll be like, let's not say that live on Twitch. I'll end up with a fucking supply of, like, various novelty products delivered to my fucking door. Probably, like, all sorts of weeb shit and, I don't know, maybe something from Bad Dragons.
That would be... Sure.
Yeah, on the lighter end of things, yeah. Probably just like a someone sent Flammo a massive jug of glue once. I'm sure that's a thing.
Someone would send you a killer bin body pillow.
Nobody wants that. You mean the logo or the him?
Yes.
Just like you flip it over, it's on the other side, Jesus. You can tell it's the end of the day. You can tell we're going into game number, like, I don't know, fucking 13 because we've just lost the... We just, like, you know what? Filters are off. Don't give a shit. Let's just say dumb stuff. Let's
Have
just
we
say
had a Game 3 every time?
Yes. But we have flipped around between a couple of series. I think all of our series went game 3.
By the way...
Yeah?
I know you said good luck to throw.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't meant to win, no?
Does that mean... God damn it, Throw.
I'm on the tournament page, and Throw went 2-1 against Suricatra.
Well, thank you for the spoiler warning for everybody in Twitch. Twitch.tv/Jurak. Go follow him. Tell him all about how you hate that fact that he spoiled the Throw game for you that you wanted to watch after this one. He's a dick. Right, anyway,
There's
so...
a website for it.
Your face is a website.
Do you know what? It probably is somewhere.
Your face is a sign, I know that. You got a sign on fucking Tiger's Den's fucking field, haven't you?
I did indeed, yeah.
Is it no longer there? Is it gone now? Has it been replaced?
It's been replaced by a foaming jetty one.
I see.
Every April he does his charity push, and it's one of the items you can bid for.
Right, what we got here? We have Shaft versus Shiny, Game 3, Sleeping Giant, players readying up, everybody finally on the right side, apart from one guy who's missing. Oh boy. Oh, Jurek.
Yes.
We're nearly home free. We're nearly home free.
Well, we were, and then a Stalingrad stopped it.
Yeah, well. Stalingrad stopping us going home. Rumble.
Now I've got to make a really important choice.
Would that be garlic or tomato?
No, it's. Do I go and pick? Because I keep forgetting that we're going to Prague, like, in a few days.
And Thursday, yes.
Yeah. I need to go pick up a suitable bottle of whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And probably actually acquire a case that's worth taking.
Mm.
For hold luggage.
Especially if you're planning on bringing an expensive bottle of fucking whiskey on the goddamn thing. Actually, you can hand luggage. I don't know the rules. It's complicated.
Can't do it hand luggage, but you know you can pack it just fine. And
okay.
Yeah. And I also have a cat that now wants my attention. Help me. I might actually disappear here. It's a very aggressive, the want of attention from the cat.
If I just hear like a loud meow and just like you go, I'll just assume you've died somewhere.
There is a claw in my arm.
Understandable. Jurek, I think you might be in what's known as an abusive relationship with your cat. There are resources available online.
The cat is currently looking for medication, which it doesn't get until like 45 minutes time.
Jesus Christ, how good does that medication fucking taste then?
It tastes like not skin falling off.
Okay. Does it know that?
I'm pretty sure yes, because medication makes it not happen.
That would require like object permanence and all sorts of things, like being able to link the two together, but yeah. That's a whole lot of thinking. Anyway, yeah, so 9 out of 9 on one team, 8 out of 9 with another one undistributed in the middle. Everybody's starting to get ready up. We need like 2 more people to ready up, 3 more people to get ready up, because somebody unready. Now he's re-ready again, that leaves 2 people. 1 person getting ready up, but everybody's getting ready up. Are we just waiting on Terror?
It's ready chicken.
Ready. Right, oh, so yeah, so yes. Who's on what team? Shaft
is red.
Yeah. So I need to do spawns reverse when we get in there. You reckon we're going to see anything spicy? At this point, last day of the tournament. Sorry. This is do or die. If you don't win this, you're out, right?
Yeah. I think, yes. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. So, well, maybe. I don't know.
Because to be in this bracket, you've already lost at least once.
Have you, though? Maybe? Question mark? Potentially? Probably? I think.
Yes.
Yes. It's a whole thing. But who did Shaft lose against? Did we watch it?
Yes, it was the rain match that we.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one where the Kremlin was like, nope.
Yeah, that was like.
That is the reason we're watching Shaft and not Rain. That
Look,
Kremlin just like, nope.
I am struggling with like remembering and thinking. Those are 2 difficulties of problems that I can't yes.
Words.
Yes. Wording and stuff and things. And it is game 13 of the day or something like that. So obviously wording is terrible hard. Maybe-ish. A bit.
English simplified, everyone.
Mm-hmm. Me do speak well. Wording. Game, videoing, potential, teams, think, ready, maybe.
We're waiting on one.
I know it's Antaro, and he's just like, please, Antaro. I don't think you appreciate. I've been talking all goddamn day. That's fine. I'll just have a little nap here. All right, wake me up when the game starts.
You would trust me to do that?
I'm wearing a fucking headset. I'll hear the game go, boom. You know, it's the. Oh. Imagine not trusting the training room to give you perfectly accurate information.
Yeah.
Oh no, have they had to bring in the replacement Finks? Oh no. That's that's dangerous. The replacement Finks. Clearly,
So
what this means is they needed a specialist to play a special pick.
What?
So they got the
What gets
specialist
me-
person they could find. Think so.
What gets me was, are you ready? No, we're waiting on one person. Yes, we can see that, but you know, it's a subtle hint. But and then suddenly they're one player down, and they've changed somehow. And I'm like, wait, what's going on?
It's fine. Look, it's not like, you know, there's several hundred people waiting for you or anything like that. Yeah, no, it looks like they've swapped out Antara for things. Yes. Right, anyway. Are we ready? Are we ready to be done? Are we ready to be, like, done with my channel for, like, the entire, like, rest of the tournament, where we move on to the official stream starting from next weekend?
And we lose the ability to swear.
No, we can swear. We might have to replace a couple of words here and there. We already have replacement words like questionable.
Brave. Bold.
Interesting.
Hey, you leave my word alone.
Anyway, game number 3 of this best of 3 series between Shift and Shiny. Yeah. Shift and Shiny. Shift and Shiny. Shaft and Shiny going to be going on in game 3 on Sleeping Giant. Can't remember which team's on which side because I'm dumb in the head. I think it's Spawns Reverse. I'm just going to put it on Spawns Reverse, assume Shaft's on the red team, and deal with it when we get there. Yes, Shaft on the red team. Yeah, got it right. Woo, yay, I'm not dumb. Anyway, green team for this game, gonna be running Vermont, Kremlin, Moskva, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, Stalingrad, Girin, Clever.
And red team are bringing Vermont, Kremlin, Des Moines, Nevsky, Petro, Girin, Double Marceau, Haragumo.
Indubitably. So obviously they had to bring in the specialist player, Finks, for the Petropavlovsk, because, you know, Petropavlovsk is a very complicated ship. It takes a lot of brain power to understand it, and it's like it's not something just anyone can go out and play. So they actually had to bring in their special player to bring that in, which, you know, it's understandable. And if you honestly believe what I just said, then I don't know what to tell you. Right. Anyway, nothing too extreme with the builds that I can see. Looks relatively standard here. Nothing too bonkers. But about what you running? Are you running leg mod? No, you're running reload mod, and yeah. Nevsky stuff, you know, just ships, briefly browsing, nothing too extreme. Hearing with the leg mod, Kleber with the, it's just standard stuff. So, Jurek, initial deployments. Do you see anything weird?
No.
Okay,
Well,
good,
I see something weird.
Aye?
There's a distinct lack of movement from one team. But I think that's more Spawn's bad.
Alright, so A-Cap, Kleber, Kremlin, Moskva, Petropavlovsk for the green team. C-Cap, everything else. That's Girin, Kleber, Nevsky, Stalingrad, Vermont.
For the red team, Marceau, Haragumo, Des Moines, Kremlin going for A. Nothing going for B, and the Marceau, Nevsky, Girin, Petro, Vermont. making their way over to sea.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're putting the Moskva, like, go bow in towards B, the green one, but I don't know what your counter is to that. Like, it seems like B's just being abandoned. I mean, there's going to be a bit of radar coverage, but not as heavily as I was expecting, to be perfectly honest with you. Just zone everything out with that. Nothing particularly spicy happening just yet.
No.
Double
We
Marceau.
do have a. We might have a Marceau Kleber violence here shortly.
Well,
At A cap.
it'll be most
And
it's
at
happening
C
on
cap.
both caps, to be honest. But it's gonna be mostly like the Marceau should outspot both of these Clevers. It just depends on like what other salvos are gonna come in, and with it being a Clever, not much. Clever is spotted in front of the Rock of Death.
Ah, yes. Marceau was now spotted as well.
Yeah. Nobody taking shots though, apart from long range Petropavlovsk things. Even the Nevsky's not interested in taking these shots because it's like, why would I?
Yeah.
This is the
We're
difference.
Vermont.
This is the difference between like good teams and some of the teams that we saw on qualifier days. Trigger control, like you don't have to
Yeah.
shoot just because there's something in range.
Yeah, Nevsky's going to be shouting, "I'm spotted, by the way. Where's smoke?"
Meanwhile, over on the one line, we got some actual clever on Marceau
Vermont shots out.
gunboating.
The Nevsky at C-Cap should be fine from those Vermont shots. They look like they're going to go wide.
Killmonster's Kleber gonna be getting caught up against the border and doing some drifting. Pro Strats here in the Pro Tournament, King of the Sea, with our border surfing Kleber. Des Moines, Haragumo, Marceau, all gonna be raining down shells on them. Nobody gonna. Well, they got fire.
Kremlin coming in as well.
Well, that's actually okay. That damage is starting to rack up really quickly. He doesn't have damage control available. He's burning a double fire. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
He got out of range even with the +2 kilometer concealment, so he's gonna run away. But look, he's still gonna be limping away with not much health remaining at the end of it. That double fire is still ticking. He's not having a good time.
Damage control up there, and there we go. That's, damage control. He's had enough of that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, radars back and forth across the
sea.
sea cap. Everything's gonna be going really explodey, really
Amazing
soon.
Nevsky.
Yep. Breathe in.
And Balance Department's Nevsky as well. They're both Nevskys contending with Vermont volleys at the absolute minimum.
Everybody
One
breathe
last
in.
Vermont volley coming in for the Balance Department's Nevsky. That could have gone better.
Ouch.
Balance Department is not having a good day there.
Well, does the balance department ever have a good day? Anyway.
I think the less, yes.
Sorry.
Vermont. Vermont gaming. Slowing down to dodge that Vermont volley and then just still eating another 13k from it is kind of unlucky.
Yeah, well, okay, so we're gonna reset this situation over here. Like, both of them gonna try and claw their way back to the relative smoke screens, trying not to get caught bow in, because we've seen what happens to bow in Nevsky's in the previous games. Yeah,
I expect to see radar out from the Moskva in the middle to catch the ships capping in A. It's got nothing else to do, so
potentially.
I'd be concerned if they just let that cap flip for no contest.
Well, there's 11 seconds on the clock. He's not radaring yet, and with the render delay, it's gonna be 5. It's just gone, yeah.
So that's a free cap for Shaft.
You say a free, they spent 15,000 of them also as HP for it. In return, they took, I don't know, most of the Kleber.
Yeah, in terms of effort, they could have lost more Marceau health there that time, but the Haragumo was found in Moskva.
Yeah, that's a lovely
Wonderful.
angle he's got, isn't it? Oh, that Moskva's gonna have fun. Now, if you're this Moskva, you've got a couple of options available to you. If you reverse, you're probably gonna be relatively fine. You get break line of sight.
Des Moines trying it as well, by the way.
Is there a cross shot coming in from any? No, the Kremlin's no angles. Okay.
Double fire on the Moskva, damage control goes off.
Damacon was a bit too early because he's still spotted. I don't know if actually no, the Haragumo's not gonna have line of sight either. Okay, cool.
No. But the Petro's going to keep going for HE volleys.
Vermont on Nevsky violence more?
Kremlin on Kremlin violence happening. It does nothing.
Yes.
That,
It's not very effective.
predictable.
Torpedoes towards the gearing might be very dangerous over here at the A cap. Oh dear. C cap. Oof. Yes. Ouch.
Oh,
that was painful. That's all of your health, apart from a tiny little bit. Amidships. Yes. Ouch. Very ouch. Don't like that, do you? At least he's alive.
Yeah. I'll not say on my screen what happened there, but
Yeah, your screen's always dead with these fucking torpedoes. It's because you're from in here. Right, Clever on Marceau Violence in the middle. This might be the death of the Clever Kill Monster. I don't think I was expecting the Marceau to be there. Runs face first into it, and I think he's just gonna die.
121 health.
There was no way he was surviving that. But is he gonna get a trade? No. Is the Moskva
No,
gonna
the
come around?
Moskva can't really come around the corner. Knows the torps are there. Radar is up. It knows the radar hasn't been fired yet.
No. I think there's a radar from the Stalingrad instead. That's why.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
I think
and then he's found the opposing Clever. No, Clever's diving in from this side. That's Vizil was not expecting this approach from that Clever.
No,
there.
I don't think anyone was.
How did he get there?
I think he was rushing Finks.
I think he was about to rush Fink, and then he's just found another opportunity instead.
But it's gonna cost another Kleber nearly. No damage control, 2 fires burning.
And Finks is just gonna walk around the corner and finish him off.
Yeah.
And
Torps,
try to
though.
dodge torpedoes. I mean, Torps are.
Is he not? There we go. Oh, he's making sure he's got 3 turrets for it. I'm not sure that was worth it.
Well,
that Marceau essentially just got a buy one get one free.
yeah, no, completely wrong. Petro gonna find the Haragumo, but they're not really gonna be able to get much burst damage onto it. Like floor and the Kremlin. Oh, okay. Kremlin went for the Des Moines instead. I don't think that's gonna do much. Nah, nothing. Which is gonna put their Petro.
Amazing dodging torps over at C-Cap and his Nevsky.
Same's happening on the other side for the balance department, so torpedoes on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. He dodged them all. Wonderful. Radar comes out. We'll be catching the gearing stern in.
Vermont shells on the way to the Moskva at B, making their very slow journey across the map.
Yeah, you give me enough warning that I'm already positioned behind the Moskva, ready for them to land, and they're going to do absolutely nothing. That was a great journey that we went on there together. Shirak, I'm glad that we go there together.
The Petro has decided it wants that smokescreen over on the 1 line.
Bold. There's a Kremlin who might have a say in that matter.
Yeah, the Kremlin disagrees. The Haragumo also disagrees about the Green Kremlin's push.
I was wondering where those torpedoes were going, to be honest. Alright, so we got some stuff happening over here.
That Petro's going to go down. It's got no heal for 45 seconds.
Yeah, and there's a Kremlin angrily staring at it.
Yeah, that's it. That goes down.
Dead Petro. Torpedoes towards this Kremlin. This Kremlin is kind of I believe the term is gigafucked.
Yeah, because it can't go into the cap.
The best he can get is a ram here, honestly. He goes for the ram.
I think that's what he's going to go for. The Des Moines might try and have a say about that, but I don't think it will in time. Well, the guns are... So the Des Moines can't poke out the smoke to do it because it knows the guns are facing.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing. You hold the guns at the Des Moines, you go for the ram on the Kremlin. Like, worst thing that happens is, you trade.
Yeah. So, Shaft are absolutely making their mark in this match. They're annoyed they lost the last match on the absolute, end of the match there. And they are trying to make a point here. They are solidly in the control. 600 points nearly in the lead. It's over 600 points in the lead.
Marceau rush on the Clever that we just kind of
points,
missed. Well, it was more of a no capping.
Yeah. The Marceau was capping, and the Moskva rushed the Marceau.
Understandable. Have a nice day. That's a dead Marceau.
And it should be a dead Moskva. It's not got a heal for 50 seconds, no damage control for 46 seconds.
Yeah, but it's a HE DPM of a Petropavlovsk, so unless the Vermont has something to say about it, which I assume he will. Yeah, Petropavlovsk is known for its high HE DPM, right?
He just needs a fire.
Just needs a fire. Just one. Just one fire.
One. Three.
Fire. There we go.
Fire. Yeah, there's 20 seconds of fire and occasional petrol, and Vermont shells are incoming. Even if the Moskva lives this encounter, it has a Haragumo driving up behind it.
Yeah, we don't talk about the Haragumo. Right,
And there it goes.
Vermont with the yoink, you know, like every good battleship player.
Our victory is in sight.
These torpedoes heading in the smoke screen look very dangerous for the, okay, he's actually a lot further. I'm looking at this Nevsky thinking he's about to barrel into it, but no, there's just a Vermont in the smoke screen. Nobody expects the Vermont in the smoke screen. Right, so,
Yeah.
situation check. Gearing, 0 HP. Didn't die, though. That's important. Those are points. 134 points to 722. There is what we would call a slight lead for the red team.
Yeah? Yeah, we would call it that.
Map control-wise, there is a bit of a slight advantage for the red team. Caps, there's a slight advantage for the green team, so it all works out. Right?
Can that Vermont lob the Stalingrad's position? Surely not. Hopefully not for the Stalingrad.
Oh.
Are we having a gearing rush on the Petro this time?
Yeah. Sure, why
Petro
not?
Rush 2, Electric Boogaloo?
What could potentially... Isn't that like a third ship that's been... Oh! What was that? Was that fun?
That was the Vermont.
Uh-huh. So... Gearing... Petro...
Wait, Des Moines trying to get involved now, yeah.
Thinks he's just gonna be like, hello there. What are you doing? I'm going to
His
click
turrets are
and
too
miss.
slow.
Oh
His turrets are too slow.
no! But the torps are too early. There's another set. That should do it. Okay. But he's shot in the open in front of the Des Moines. So now he's... Okay, he's not still spotted. Okay. I mean, the set of shells are still... Now he's spotted now.
Yeah, he's still spotted. The turret traverse was too slow. Oh, that's heartbreaking to see.
Is it though? It's Sphinx.
It's still kind of heartbreaking to see that that worked.
Professional gearing YOLOs. So, unironic, this gearing can still get the snipe on the enemy gearing at some point. I mean, obviously you have to worry about the fact there's a Nemsky in the radar currently, but still. There are still things to play for in this game. We have Haragumo
There
bombing
absolutely
the
is.
Stalingrad. We have Vermont and Nevsky fighting off this Vermont-Nevsky gearing. I mean, fair enough. It's stacked against them, but there is definite possibilities.
Yeah, the Stalingrad over at B, by the way, is just... it's not enjoying its life, but I don't think it's in any danger either. Although it's only got one heal left after once it's spec. So that's an interesting one. It's just been farmed enough that it's got no heals, but it's all HE damage.
The potential is here, but this is going to be hard to claw back. Like,
Yeah.
the crux of it is if somehow this gearing manages to get past this Nevsky during some smoke downtime, get the snipe on that, drop the spotting with his own smoke screen, Vermont's not going to be having fun here, I must say.
No, but it's got so many heals that it can't use them all before the match ends.
Yeah, do we
Des
see...
Moines is getting involved in the Stalingrad fight here. Are we going to see a Haragumo rush?
Oh, Vermont is trying to go for that lob that you were speaking about before. Hang on. We
Yeah,
have such
yeah.
long time with these shells coming in, and it's
It's a hit. It's a decent-ish one. I think that was probably just like a full pen.
this Des Moines just kills Stalingrad here. I don't think you need to go for the rush. I
Yeah.
think Des Moines just wins this fight. Unless, like, Vermont
says no. Yeah.
and, you know, he's trying to say no. There's an attempt to say no. There's torpedoes in the background. It was that one. Hello? Nothing. 0 damage. Even though his
Yeah.
health bar moved a little bit. 0 damage. Okay, so professional 10-line gamer trying to be the hero of the day with these torpedoes towards the Vermont. I don't think they're going to be enough. I think you're going to get one,
gonna get
2, 3,
one,
maybe. Oh, no, never mind. 1,
yeah.
2. Okay. And the problem is, he's now at the point where he can no longer get the kill on the enemy gearing. And he's almost caught in that radar. He's going to be caught in this radar any second. He needs to
And-
just not be yet.
Haragumo does the drive-by on the 12,000 health Stalingrad. I don't really understand why at this point. You sure you kill it earlier, but you just gave another 4,000 or so health for no real reason?
Alright, back over to this smoke screen with the gearing with no health in it. The Vermont doesn't have the guns in the right direction. Okay, things might go spicy if things... there are potential for things to go wrong. This gearing can get the kill on this gearing. But you need this Vermont to get the kill on this Vermont first. And then there's a there's this Nevsky in there.
Haragumo shots landing on that gearing. Des Moines shots...
Vermont salvo? Nothing. never mind. Is this gearing got
So-
RPF? Does he know the position? Like, he will. He does have RPF. Of course he does. Why would
Well, the green Nevsky is opened up on the Haragumo, but it's spotted and there's a Des Moines.
he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's turning its guns.
4,000 health on the Haragumo. Okay, this thing's
Vermont
happening.
goes down, yeah, and that's that pretty much seals it.
I mean, this Vermont doesn't have a heal yet. He might. There's a possibility he goes down. There's torpedoes heading towards him. He might get the kill with the torpedoes. Never mind that Nevsky died too, and now we just have a very,
Yes. That Vermont
At
does
least he
go
got the
down.
one kill. I mean, you could still get the gearing kill, but at this point, there's a Nevsky over there who's just gonna be like, okay, you killed my guy, but you know, professional
I think
10-line gear.
the gearing is sitting there like, well, if it drives towards me, cool, I die, it dies, we win. Yeah, that's it. There we go, there it is.
Draw. Well, that'll be the end of today's games of casting. That'll also, unfortunately, be the end of Shiny's tournament life. Shaft will be moving on to next weekend, where I will be joining Jurek on the official channel in Prague with Seraphise, with Gaishu, with Bogsy, and also a smattering of other people that I can't remember off the top of my head. I think Malta's going to be there, and like...
Malta will be there for in Prague with us, and I think the NAA regional finals are remote.
Yeah, I think NA remote. So yeah, I'm gonna put the winner screen on, and then I'm just gonna wrap it up because we have a chance to go raid some NA streamers because King of the Sea is gonna continue for the NA region even if we are done. You have like if you didn't get your drop just yet, go watch them. They'll have more drops. It'll be great. It's a whole thing. Right. So thank you for joining us. I've been Painzo. That's been Jurek. Jurek, have you been you?
I suppose you could say I have indeed.